Hello and welcome to the next episode in our Let's Look At series for the Dungeons and Dragons Rules Cyclopedia. We finished off character abilities, encounters and evasion, and stuff like that. And I think we're moving on to mass combat after finishing regular combat off. So first off, we have mass combat, which is, let's see how it works. Each body of troops, called a force, is given a rating for quality. When combat occurs, this is battle rating, sometimes abbreviated as BR. It is modified for battle conditions, terrain, number of opponents, morale, etc. Each player then rolls a D percentile and adds the modified battle rating of the troops. The high roll wins the battle. So it's just statistics for large scale combat, which isn't too prevalent in current D&D as far as I know. I mean, it's just a siege machines, siege options. Look at all these freaking charts. Casualties. What else we got? We got great art. And now we have experience. So experience from role-playing. When a player performs an exceptional and appropriate piece of role-playing, you can reward him an experience bonus equal to 1/20th, the base number of points he needs to get to the next level. Okay. Nowadays, it's just, you give whatever you feel is appropriate. But back then, it was a 1/20th of the base number of points he needs to get to the next level. So if we go back to character classes, say they need to get to level 2, so 1/20th of 2,000. I'm not good at math. I'm not even going to attempt to do that, but that's what you do. Experience from achieving goals. When the characters achieve a major goal, award the experience equal to the XP value of monsters defeated in reaching that goal. What? Okay, that's weird. Experience from monsters. Add XP value of all monsters defeated, divided by number of characters who participated in their defeat. Award the resultant XP to each character who participated. Okay, so that stayed the same basically. And then here's experience points for monsters. Ooh, what is this? Asterisks and special abilities. I don't know what this is. I guess if monsters. I don't know if this is for if monsters get experience. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't really go into detail. Here we go. Asterisk and special abilities. One asterisk is placed by the hit die of a monster for each of its special abilities. Generally, a special ability is a power that can be used in melee, but which is not characteristic of basic survival skills. For example, a flying creature does not get an asterisk for good maneuverability, but it may have a swoop ability. Okay, that's weird. That doesn't really have much to do with experience as far as I can tell. And then experience from treasure, which is, I assume, this is back in, as far as I know, this back in the day was how you got most of your experience, because each 1 gold piece value of treasure won by a character is equal to 1 XP earned by the character. So going back to, we'll go right here. What class is this? This is Mystic or whatever. But for level 2, if you found 2,000 gold, each 1 gold piece value of treasure won by a character equals 1 XP. So if you found 2,000 gold, you'll level up. You find 4,000, stuff like that. So back then, monster XP wasn't the main way of leveling. It was mostly gold and treasure. Types of treasure. Treasure whose value counts towards experience includes treasure taken from defeated monsters and opponents, rewards bestowed on the characters for accomplishing dangerous tasks, money paid to characters for accomplishing dangerous tasks. That's weird. Oh, rewards and money. Rewards are like items, money's like money. And thieves only, money gained from thieving abilities such as pickpocketing. Okay. Experience from magical items. Here we go. We don't recommend that you reward characters full experience point for the value or sale of their magical items. Sale of a rare item might bring a character vast amounts of unearned experience and upset the balance of your game. Okay, that's reasonable. Experience from exceptional actions. When a player performs an exceptional action, the DM can award his character an experience bonus equal to 1/20th the base points he needs to get to the next level. So similar, very similar to experience from achieving goals, just exceptional actions. Maximum hit points. these are random charts that don't really fit in. Very odd. Paths to immortality. What is this? This subject will be explained in greater detail in Chapter 15, but you should know some general details at this time. After reaching level 26 or greater, a character can attempt to gain immortality. Immortality is just what it sounds like, eternal youth coupled with great power. Okay, so Vecna should have just read this book. Vecna, who else? Any lich should just read the Path to Immortality and got to level 26, and then they'd be set. General ability score, bonus, what's this? Note bonus and penalties based on ability score, determine character level and XP total, find current cash total, assign each new character cash equal to 1% of his experience points in gold pieces. Oh, I guess this is just for later in the campaign. This money is not used for purchasing items. It is the amount of characters left over when fully equipped, and will deal with equipping the characters below. DMs may adjust the percentage to fit your campaign, but the amount should be a function of the experience point total. If characters are poor on this campaign, through taxes, thieves, etc., the percentage may be as low as 1/10 of 1% of the experience point total. If Dungeon Masters wish these new characters to buy strongholds with their own coins, instead of simply assigning them estates as part of their pre-campaign backgrounds, you might increase the percentage up to 25% of the experience point total. Okay. Weird. Find total hit points. Have each player within your sight roll his character's hit points up to name level, 8th level for halflings, 9th for all other characters. Any human, dwarf, or elf character gets 9 rolls, a halfling gets 8. Okay. That's weird. This is experience, but there's a lot of stuff in here that's just like later, if you're starting later in the campaign. Reveal campaign details, note special abilities, calculate armor class savings and attack rolls. That's important. Use a standard means to determine these pieces of information. Armor class can be found in Chapter 1, while saving throws are given in each character class description. Attack rolls are readily available from the standard rule table in Chapter 8. Okay, so this is all, the experience Chapter 10 so far is a mixture of experience and leveling up, and starting at different levels. Non-player characters, okay. So we've got retainers. A retainer is a person hired by a character to help on an adventure or a series of adventures. Retainers are sometimes called hirelings. Retainers are never characters run by players. Retainers are always NPCs run by the DM. Okay. Hiring retainers. When the PCs decide that they need to hire some retainers, the Dungeon Master can simply ask them how many and what kinds they want. Past the game time it would take to find them and announce that they've been hired. Or the PCs can go through the process of hiring them personally, and the players role-play significant encounters and interviews. Okay. Employer charisma, mercenaries, specialists, stronghold retainers and staff, dealing with the authorities. Okay. When the character reaches name level, 9th level for most classes, 8th for halflings, we normally assume that he has sufficient experience and reputation that the region's rulers, kings, princes, etc., approve of him becoming a stronghold ruler, or are cautious or respectful enough of him that they prefer not to oppose him on this matter. The following guidelines describe, yes, so you've got clerics, demi-humans, druids, fighters, magic users, thieves, mystics, so on and so forth. But we'll give a brief read through. When a cleric of 9th level or greater decides to construct a stronghold, consider the cleric's personality and history. Decide whether the player has done a good job at playing the character properly. If the character has ever been punished by his clerical order or by a mortal patron because of severe alignment changes, the cleric's order will not become involved in the construction of the stronghold. Okay. Demi-humans. When a dwarf, elf, or halfling character builds a stronghold within the conditions given in each class description, the character's family will help to find a location. Then if the character does not have the money to build the stronghold, the family will loan up to 50% of the cost to the character. Okay. Druids. Yes, druids. Druids do not build strongholds. Employ mercenaries or hire civilian employees. Okay. However, druids do establish the same sort of authority over their surroundings that all other name-level characters do. Local rulers ignore the presence of druids, pretending they don't exist, and druids normally confine to the demonstrations of authority people who abuse and wantonly destroy the fortresses protected by the druid. Okay, so like not a fort, but a forest or something like that. Fighters. When a fighter of 9th level or higher decides to build a stronghold, it is assumed that rumors of the character's great skill soon reach the ruler of the province or nation. To help gain the goodwill of the powerful character and his friends, the ruler will probably award some official title to the fighter. Okay. And then they build a stronghold. Before construction starts, or all the stronghold is being built, the fighter summoned to the ruler's stronghold is officially proclaimed a baron or baroness. A scroll of rulership is drawn. The fighter returns to his territory and rules that territory. In times of war, the fighter must lend military aid to his ruler. Okay. Magic users. When a magic user reaches 9th level or greater and builds a tower, the local ruler normally issues a proclamation. This proclamation makes it clear that the ruler's subjects are not to interfere with the magic user or the tower. Okay. Mystics. I know nothing about mystics. I briefly covered it earlier, but I don't. It's been a while since I've done that, so I don't really recall. But mystics sound interesting. When a mystic reaches 9th level, he may decide to build a stronghold called a cloister. If the mystic has been good and noble adventuring career, the Grand Abbot of the mystic's current cloister will help the mystic build the new cloister. The Grand Abbot will pay up to 100% of the construction costs of a modest cloister. The new cloister remains a branch of the old cloister until the mystic reaches 13th level, at which time it can become an independent cloister. Okay. And for thieves, I assume this is going to be a thieves guild. When a thief reaches 9th level or greater to build or buy a hideout, he must seek the approval of the Thieves Guild. If another guild is operating in the area, permission may be denied. However, if the character chooses an area not already controlled, the Thieves Guild will help by recommending the character's hideout as an official branch of the greater guild, and also by sending new apprentices to work for the character. Okay. Independent strongholds, titles. And then we got ruler reactions table. We got Baron, Viscount, Viscount, Count, Marquis, Duke, Archduke, and other. And now we're on to strongholds and dominions. Lots of charts. Demi-humans. No, this is just a brief overview of strongholds and dominions, which isn't really prevalent in 5th edition. You can buy like a base, but they don't go in. I don't think they go into too much detail about strongholds. But now we have Dungeon Master procedures. Ability checks. Yes, I know what ability checks are. During the play of the game, a player will eventually try something not explained in these rules. In most cases, the character's action could pertain to one of his ability scores. A character trying to walk along the top of a very narrow wall is using his dexterity. A character trying to move the huge boulder block in the corridor is using his strength. Okay, simple. And here we go. We got agent. Oh boy. In the D&D world, disease, blindness, and other afflictions can easily be cured by clerical spells. Furthermore, the Raise Dead and Raise Dead Fully spells seem to bestow near immortality, but this is not quite true. Character aging should be a carefully restricted element of the game. When a character reaches the end of a long natural lifespan, magical means of prolonging or restoring life should have little to no effect. A race spell should only restore the character for a brief period of time, 1d10 days, or whatever the DM chooses. The following ages are recommended as the maximum for character races. So the maximum for human is 100, halfling 2, dwarf 400, and elf 800. I think it's even higher now. I think elf is like 1,000, dwarf is like 500, halfling roughly the same, and human roughly the same. Alignment changes. Anti-magic effects, why anti-magic effects exist, magic affected, magic duration, anti-magic duration. Ooh, look at that picture. Fighting a beholder, and anti-magic. Charm person spells. Okay, that's in. Whenever a magic user or elf casts a charm person spell, the player will ask you for the effect. This spell will only affect certain creatures. The beginning player will try it on many different monsters and learn by trial and error. Generally, the creatures affected by a charm person spell are classified as humanoid, which is still the same. In Chapter 14, those that are normal human, demi-human, giant-sized humans are human-like creatures that have some sort of society. Once a victim fails a saving throw against the charm, the creature will remain charmed for at least 24 hours and often longer. The victim may make a new saving throw to break the charm each time the controlling character places the charmed character in a dangerous situation, without himself being in that danger or after a given duration. This duration is determined by the victim's intelligence and is stated on the duration of the charm table. Okay. And right there, duration of the charm table. Climbing, clues, creating characters. When a newly created character has all low scores, all scores under 9, the player should be allowed to discard it, which is something I still do. If you roll really badly when you're making your character, I typically give you a second chance. But back then, anything under 9, all scores under 9, the player should be allowed to discard it. Could you imagine having to play? That's insane. Damage to magical items, that's something actually. Any item may be damaged by tough treatment. Armor and weapons, however, are made to withstand a great amount of punishment. The DM should decide whether an item might be damaged based on the item and the type of attack, and then would make an item damage roll. Breath weapons, long falls. Okay. We got Demi-Human Clan relics. Each Demi-Human Clan has a sacred item called a relic, which is kept in the center of the clan stronghold. The relic is tended by a keeper and 2 D4 aides. We describe the individual types of relics below. The position of keeper is hereditary. Each keeper passes the secret knowledge of the tending and use of the relic to his or her son or daughter, never writing down any details lest they be stolen. This secret knowledge includes details of constructing a special item as given in each class description. And relic powers, dwarven relic, halfling relic, crafting use of the relic, elf, halfling still. Oh, these are craft use. Dwarf, elf, and halfling. Did they say elf on the other page? Did I skip a page? No, I didn't skip a page. They don't have elf. They have dwarven relic and halfling relic. Oh, there it is at the bottom, elven relic. Doors, open door abilities, secret doors, which I've never actually used a secret door before. I don't really do dungeons. Haste spell, magic, use a spell choice. Look at this art is very nice. It's simplistic. Mapping multiple characters. You should not allow beginning players to play more than one character at a time. I actually had a campaign where the players played 2 characters. It lasted for a little bit, and then they asked to just go back to 1 because it gets really weird role playing and really weird in combat. Timekeeping, adventure record sheets, character records, retiring characters. For a variety of reasons, a player or the DM may decide that the character should be retired. A player may lose interest in a character. The DM might then make the character an NPC and have him reappear during later adventures. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Special blindness, deafness, invisibility, paralysis, prone, asleep, starvation and dehydration, stunning. Thief abilities, transferring characters. A player may come to your game with a character created somewhere else. If this occurs, examine the character sheet carefully, and generally you may allow the characters to transfer into your game unless the character is of a higher level than the other characters in the game, the character owns more or better magical items are owned than by the other characters, the character's treasure amounts to more than 50% greater than the amount owned by any other character in the game. Yeah, okay, simple. Now we got monsters, which I'll save for next time. I think the video is going to be a little shorter because I was going through a little fast, but next time we'll go into the monster section. But I hope you enjoyed. I've been pleasantly surprised with the views I've been getting on these videos. I genuinely thought I'd go like years not getting anything above 10. But I'm very grateful and very thankful that people seem to be enjoying the content and stick around for more.